Man Cave is Head Start's male engagement initiative. It's a focus on male involvement. It's an approach to keeping dads at the forefront as a child's nurturer, as their child's primary caregiver. It's an opportunity for dads to socialize with other dads and really connect. Man Cave is just an opportunity for dads to get together and really be themselves. Talk about their children, talk about the struggles they face, talk about the importance of fatherhood. It's a safe place and it's a space that they hold sacred.
At Man Cave, it was definitely a vulnerable experience because I didn't want to put my guard down. I didn't want anyone to know my business. I didn't know anyone to know my struggles, my how I was raised, where I was raised, because I didn't want to be criticized. I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want people to laugh at me. But listening to other men and knowing that they went through the same struggles, the same experience, it made me open up. It made me want to share my life story. And I soon realized that I wasn't alone. There was a lot of dads that did not have a male figure in their life, that they didn't have anyone to look up to. They didn't have a role model.
Literally, Man Cave, when I walk in, all I see is like fathers and the bad talk that the fathers neglect, they don't be there, they not there. So when I walk into a Man Cave and see all these fathers, that's what unites me and lets me know that, hey, it is fathers that's stepping up for their kids.
When you first meet these guys, it's hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Very bravado. By the time you're done, it's like, man, give me a hug me. That is the wall is down because you've created, you made a connection with them and they feel that they can talk to you and be open about it. And the calls that I get, Tomas, I'm not having a good day, or hey, I'm going through this, man. What do I do?
We wanted to empower dads. We wanted to give them that feeling that not only are they just the protectors or whatever stereotypes that are out there about fatherhood or manhood, but they are nurturers, they are caregivers, they can be loving. They're some of the most sweetest guys I've ever met. And when they break down and communicate with each other, or whenever they see each other and welcome each other, it's like you're part of a social group.
Most of the time my dad wasn't there. My dad was in prison, and like once my dad got out of prison, I started messing up. And that's where I came to Project Man Cave, to see, to get more advice to like how to raise my child, what to do right and not to do wrong.
Basically, I've been in an institution before, so it's important for me to be there for him to make sure that, follow them traits and follow them steps that I done did. I feel like if I'm not involved in his life, he can become going down the same steps that I have, because it ain't nothing but women in this family. It ain't no male but me. Man Cave for me is knowing that I do have support. And I ain't in this by myself. So if I need anything, the Man Cave is what I can go to as far as help.
Man Cave for me is like somewhere safe, for dads. Whether you could share the problems where they're having at home with their kids, or, or other problems. Just watching the other dads and telling me, hey, you're doing a good job, it's nice seeing you. It feels good to me. Something I didn't get before,
The moment of clarity for me, being in Man Cave, listening to other fathers' stories, was knowing that we have a lot of similarities in common, and that we weren't that different from each other. That we had a lot of interesting hobbies and a lot of interesting stories and a lot of interesting wives and kids, and knowing that I wasn't alone.
I didn't have that. I didn't have that go-to person when I was, first time dad, when I was a young dad. And even you have these dads who are dads for the first time, but they're older, they're 35, they're 40, and they're first time dads, and now they're trying to figure it out. It's like, oh, I'm going through these emotions that I didn't have before. Like, how do I deal with this? And it's like, you hug it, man, you enjoy it. And this means that you're alive, you're feeling things that you've never felt before. So don't be afraid of it. There's a growing process. You're going through growing pains right now. But man, it's a beautiful thing when you get to the other side.